I've never done this before, so forgive me. If it wasn't so important, I wouldn't be doing it now. If you are in the process of purchasing or using an LG top load washer that looks like this guy right here, I need to let you know that it has caused a lot of damage in my laundry room. And let me see if I can't swing this around so you can see the damage that it's caused. Let's see, where are you? There you are. And it goes on. Anyway, what's going on here is that I contacted LG because I had the hose ripped in half. And I asked for a replacement hose. They sent me a replacement hose through a distributor named Coast, and it was the exact same hose that they used to, when they built the wash machine. Well, I'm here to tell you that that hose does not fit properly. It is 2 inches too small, and where the problem is that I ended up having to glue and hose clamp the hose onto the tank, and I had to glue and hose clamp it onto the discharge pump that pumps the water out of the washer. And in doing so, what happened was I had a lopsided load in there with a towel or a pair of jeans, I can't remember which, and it started vibrating really badly, and then all of a sudden, gush, it was all over the place. And we weren't home at the time. We put the load in and went to the grocery store. By the time we came back, the room was flooded, it was climbing the walls, it destroyed a lot of stuff. And what I found out on YouTube is a couple of things, and that's why I'm doing the video. Number one, LG cannot send anything other than what they built the thing with, or they have admitted to a manufacturer's defect. And a manufacturer's defect, according to what I've seen on YouTube, is inclusive of not just my machine, but several other models built with the same hose under the same framework, different gallon size or kilogram size or whatever it is. And it would cost them millions to replace. I also heard on the net that someone said they had their washers reconditioned to avoid the problem, and they don't use hose clamps either. They only use squeeze clamps. So in order to get the squeeze clamps to function, they also had to be glued. And I'm telling you that that hose being glued could cost you a lot of money. Now, I'm handy enough to do the work myself, but when I was told not to turn it into my insurance company because water damage is a bad thing for your house, to fix the thing yourself, a contractor told me that. You don't want me to bid on this. I said, well, ballpark me. What would it cost me? He said, about $1,400, maybe $1,600. And so I was like, you're kidding me. For 6 inches or 12 inches of drywall around the, $1,200-$1,400. The washer, brand new, was only $699. And it took a little while for it to happen, but it did happen. I talked to a gal in Bakersfield, California. That same thing happened to her. Hers just pulled off. Hers ripped away and came off cleanly. And her appliance guy said, I really don't want to do this because we're going to end up having to glue it. And if we glue it, it could be It could be even worse. And she says, how much worse can it be? It's already destroyed everything in my garage. I like the machine. Don't get me wrong. I like the machine. The machine is great. The damage it caused, and it's not limited to my my model only. There are several, and if you do the research, go to YouTube and find out for yourself how many of these machines are doing the same thing. You're going to save yourself a lot of heartache. If you use the washer, make sure you're supervising the washer. We've been without our washer for weeks, waiting for the part to arrive, etc., etc. And LG has stopped dealing with us altogether. They won't even accept my phone calls, and I call Korea directly to try and talk to somebody, and they won't even take my calls anymore. They just put me on terminal hold. Buyer beware. If you're buying it used, check it before you buy it. And if there's a squeeze clamp on it, release the squeeze clamp and see if you can pull that hose off. They don't make a replacement hose. This is not to fix your problem. This is to alert you that you could have a catastrophic problem. And I've been days on cutting out the old, putting in the new, mudding it up, not to mention the hours and hours of agony I've put into the washer. What I did with the washer is I modified the ripped hose by using a drain pipe for a garbage disposal that had an elbow on it. And I took both of the pieces of the ripped pipe and I clamped it to, and then I took the other sides and connected it to where it's supposed to go. And now squeeze clamps will work, but I already had the hose clamps. So I hose clamped it, no glue. If it pulls off again, well, it won't pull off again because now it's long enough. But I'm not telling you to re-engineer their stuff. I'm just telling you, just be careful, use your brain. You're a smart person. If you've taken the time to watch this, you're smarter than you think. Thank you.